Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All of us have some notion about everything. Notion about oneself. As to who am I, what am I? I am very beautiful. I am very awful. We have notions about our achievements. Konyosti sadrusho maya. Who can be like me? I am extraordinary. We also have notion about the world. The world is too much for me. The world is very bad. The world is terrible. Why God has created this world? So notions about the world. Then we have notion about the God also. Who is this God who is sitting above the clouds, packing the homeopathic doses of miseries and delivering perfectly? Who is this God? And the worst notion that we have is about spiritual practice. See, Agre Vanni Prishte Bhanu Ratro Chubuka Samarpita Jano. Torture your body, you are highly spiritual. Or Purte Ganga Sagar Gamanam, we go to the holy places and make them unholy and come back. Spirituality. See friends. And thus we all are leading only a notional life. Okay? When I am moving around the world, recently I am coming from South America, Argentina and Brazil. Now the people over there, they have got one notion. Swami, how lucky you are in India, Himalayas. You go to the Himalayas, other than the filmy songs you hear nothing. Where all the rishis have gone? They have gone to Bollywood, Rishi Kapoor. So their notion is spirituality is going to India. And what is their spirituality in their country? Only yoga, twisting the body, not straightening the mind. So they ask, Swamiji, in India, everybody does yoga? I said, if you want statistics, I tell you. 1 in 1 million practices yoga in India. Nobody practices. I said, this is a dumb thing to do. Indians are not dumb to twist the body. They believe spirituality has a different meaning. See, friends. So we are all leading a notional life. And we are so convinced about our own notions that this is what is the truth. And then we want to achieve something. So what is the one thing we want to achieve? We want to get happiness. And when we want to get happiness, we start imagining. Why I want happiness? Because I am miserable. See, the school I went and I was talking to them. And the audience was a mixed audience. KG1, KG2, up to 12th standard. How to talk to that heterogeneous audience? But organizers, they have got their own way. No, you talk to everybody. Everybody will be benefited. But what will you talk to them? It is not a movie or a dandiya ras. Anybody can dance. So when this was a challenge for me, so I looked this side. These small kids like this girl sitting like this. Now to that person who is sitting, what can you talk? In the center, the class 6, 7 children, they are. And the children who are in class 10, 11, 12, now to that audience you have to address. See, how can you talk to them? Then I thought, let me play something. I said, let us play a game. Oh, everybody was. Then I asked them, okay, tell me, who of you want happiness? Raise your hand. So all the children. Now tell me, who are those who don't want happiness? 2 children, one girl from class 9, 10 and one boy from class 3, 4. I said, 2 of you come here. They felt they had committed the biggest crime and they were so frustrated inside. Oh God, Swami just called me for us. No, shaking they came. Then I said, hey, our game continues. Who wants food? Those who are hungry, is it not? Yes, Swami, very good. Who wants water? Those who are thirsty, is it not? Yes, good. Who wants happiness? Those who are all miserable, is it not? Yes, Swami, so you are all miserable. And these 2 kids of mine, they are not miserable, therefore they don't want happiness. See? We just imagine we are miserable. We are not, we are not, we are not. Refuse. This is just a notion that we are miserable. One day one lady came and I was enjoying my cup of tea. When I take a cup of tea, that is my, caffeine meditation, which helps you go beyond caffeine. So I was enjoying my cup of tea. And that time this lady came and said, Swamiji, I am so miserable. You can imagine you don't allow anybody to take a nice cup of tea. What more sin it could be? So I shouted at her. I said, stop nonsense. She never expected that I can bounce also. So she became very frightened. Then I told her, you simply say what I say, no talking further. Yes, already. And start saying, I am happy. But Swamiji, I said, no but, I didn't say but. You start saying what I am telling you. And she was terribly frightened. And again say now, I am happy. Oh, I am happy. I said, this is not the way I am happy. Say it properly. And do it 108 times. I am happy, 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 I am happy. As the tone started changing and came to the normal decibel, then I told him, Mama, stop. Now tell me sincerely. Don't swear by me. Swear by anybody. Swear by your husband. Easiest available victim. Tell me, are you really miserable? No, that way, but all those who are miserable, they are only seeking attention. There is no reason. If somebody walks straight away from here, then nobody will look at that person. And if the same person, while walking, suddenly pretends that he has fallen. Kya ho gaya? The moment you get attention, nothing. I got attention, that's it. We have this notion that we are not happy. It is not possible. आनंदादेव कल्पिमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनंदेन जातानि जीवन्ति. Jatani, those who are born, they are living in bliss. Our life is an expression of bliss. It is not a collection of blisters. See, friends, unless we insist, this is all we have to do sadhana. The notion is at present that I am miserable. So this wrong notion you have to erase by again and again insisting. So if somebody asks you by mistake, how are you? Don't take a revenge. You know, there is one lady in Australia, I call her born sweet. She's very sweet, a Tamilian lady, born sweet. Because she has got diabetes from birth. So we call her born sweet. She was telling me, Swamiji, now I understand your talk very well. So what happened? You know, after my marriage, I went to USA. That was my first visit to that terrible country. And there people just talk at a lip level. They don't go beyond it. So, when I was crossing through the toll, you have to pay some toll tax. And then they by default ask a question. How is the day? How are you? You don't have to reply. Pay and go. So when she asked, how are you? I switch off my engine and started. See, I came from India, you know. I came from South India. And that too from Chennai, you know. Earlier Chennai was called as Madras, you know. But now we have changed the name. And then she started, and a big queue behind her, 100 cars standing, and bam, bam, bam. And this lady is comfortable talking, and the lady in the counter tells, okay, go ahead, but I have not completed. If somebody asks you, how are you, you don't have to tell the truth that you are miserable. It is obvious from your face. One young boy came to ask me something. Swami, I have got some question. Please answer. I said, before you ask question, I want to ask. What is that? Are you married? He said, no, my face is like that. The face of a married person. Just now in Brazil, my meditation workshop was going on. One very old man, must be about 85 or 90, he was coming. He said, Swamiji, I cannot sit down, so I will do meditation by sleeping. Is it okay? I said, okay. Even if you don't do meditation, doesn't matter, sleep. So right in front of me, he was sleeping. I was reminded of Gulliver and Lilliput. So after the lecture, everything was over, he came and he asked me, Swamiji, are you married? I said, no, I am happy. See, friends, we have this notion that we are miserable. We are not friends. You cannot be all the time unhappy, but you can be all the time happy. You can. See? When we are snoring away in deep sleep, that time, do we care because of our snoring? There is a siren effect. You know, when the siren rings, oh, some serious things are happening. So when we snore away, we are not disturbed. Let the world be disturbed. See, friends, that time we are happy. Therefore, there is a possibility that we can be, nay, we are happy. So let us change this wrong notion. And what is changing the wrong notion? We are not miserable. That's all. See, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks about yoga in Bhagavad Gita. not in terms of twisting the body, not in terms of stopping the mind. Chitta vritti nirodha, and these fellows, chitta vritti nirodha, you look at their face, all the caricatures. It will never happen. If you want to learn yoga, talk to Bhagavan Krishna. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sanlitam. Yoga is that when the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. See, this wrong notion is created by us that we are miserable. We are not. See, when we go through immigration, they give you a form, and the dumbest form is from USA. There they write, are you a member of an active terrorist organization? Yes, no. Who is going to write yes? But the form is like that. Are any criminal proceedings pending against you? Yes, no. Are you carrying the deadly weapons on you? Yes, no. In the same manner, when we entered this world, Anityam Asukham Lokam Praptya, Bhagavan says, you are now entering an area called the world, which is an abode of misery and tragedy. Question. Do you want to become miserable? Options. Yes, no. Those who have tick mark yes, they are miserable. So we are all miserable by our choice. So I am miserable is a notion. It is not the reality. See, friends. So these wrong notions are self-created. We only imagine we are miserable. We only imagine we are unfortunate. We only imagine we are intelligent. We only imagine that everybody is cursing me. We only imagine nobody likes us. It is not true. See? Therefore, we have to clearly understand all the spiritual practice is only correcting the wrong notions by right understanding. That is all. When somebody approached Bhagavan Maharshi that I am extremely miserable, Bhagavan asked, who are you? Now what do we talk? I am, of course, Indian. Bhagavan said, I didn't ask your nationality. I am the husband of my wife. I did not ask your relational perspective. No. I am a Catholic. I didn't ask your religion. I am an IAS officer. IAS, you know? I am sorry? IAS. I didn't ask your educational qualification. Who are you? Be very attentive. Whenever you are disturbed, it is the notional personality that is disturbed. Just observe this. When I sit for meditation or whenever I am disturbed, at the beginning of the disturbance there is a seed. And the seed is called as Mr. Somebody, a notion. Okay. So if the seed is I am a husband and then you want to be happy, you are trying to do Ashakya Anushthan. What is Ashakya Anushthan? Impossible undertaking. Try to ride something on the flowing water. You can never succeed. Therefore, as a husband, you can never be happy. Then what you have to do? Only play the role of husband. See? Just play the role. As if you are very scared. No, you don't have to be. But show, drama. Krishna Leela, Rama Leela, nothing else. And once you start playing all the roles perfectly, then you have transcended all the roles and you come to your essential self. Therefore, the wrong notion about us starts from our identification with the gross body. When we are snoring away, please remember, all spiritual practice is analysis and understanding of our own experiences. If we cannot learn from our own experiences of life, even God cannot teach us anything. We have to learn from our own experiences. So let us start analyzing to understand our notion about our identity. What is that which makes us so happy in the deep sleep? Can anybody say, I had a very deep sleep but I was miserable? No, others were miserable because of your snoring. A person who is in deep sleep is never miserable. He is happily sleeping. Nothing happens. Now just analyze what could be the reason. So we come to know in that experience, number one, we are Mr. Nobody. See? That day I told Santosh to make a t-shirt. On the back, right, nobody is happy. On the front, right, I am nobody. Confusion, I am happy. It's very true. So in the deep sleep, we are nobody and we are happy. So what is meditation? Meditation is freedom from the load of Mr. Somebody's. We are not one body. We are a poultry farm inside. Pop, 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 non-stop. See? Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, neighbor, officer, subordinate, citizen. Such a big crowd. Just imagine you go and sit for your meditation in a poultry house. And there are all birds around you and you sit in between. The birds will say, chicken yoga kar raha hai. Oh. I was in Australia at somebody's house and they gave me one book for reading. Swami, we are going for work, you will get bored. So I have specially purchased this book for you, you read it. And the book was Chicken Yoga. And when I read that book, I was so thrilled. In that, I was saying, we chickens, unlike the human beings, begin our day with the Omkar. Om. And then we do Surya Namaskar. And we never wake up after the sunrise. We wake up before the sunrise. Chicken yoga. So if you are sitting in the midst of the poultry farm, you can never be at peace. If the poultry farm is outside, you are disturbed. When the poultry farm is inside, see friends. Therefore, what will be the spiritual practice? Spiritual practice is attainment of an experience of Mr. Nobody. Just try right away. Wherever you are sitting, now let us play different notions. First notion we will play. I am a husband or a wife. And see the kind of thoughts coming. Stop. Second experiment. I am a child or a parent. and see what thoughts come. And third experiment, I am nobody. And see what thoughts come. Experiment over, eyes and ears open, and listen. When we became husband and wife, the thoughts were that of the wife and husband. When we became parents and children, the thoughts were that of the children and parents. And when we were nobody, no thoughts. Just observe this. Simply remain aware of this fact. The moment we become somebody, the world is created. So our notion, why God has created the world? God has not created the world, we have created the world. And where from the world begins? The world begins from our own gross body when we get identified with the gross body. So where is the world? The world starts from our own gross body. When it is created, the moment there is identification. See friends, so our notion about ourselves begins from body identification. The moment there is a body identification, there is I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old. First calamity of wrong notion that we suffer from. This is called as mithyatma, illusory I. After this mithyatma, illusory I is born, then the secondary I is born. The secondary I is, after I accept myself to be the body, then the secondary I is, I am a husband, I am wife, I am brother, I am sister, I am guru, I am shishya. Cause and effect. Bhagwan Shankaracharya, Vishvam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandhataha Shishyacharyataya tathaiva pitruputradhyatmana bhedataha Swapne jagrati vaya esha purushaha maya paribhramitaha Tasmai Sri Gurumurtaye namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Vishvam pashyati, the world is seen as karya karanataya. Wherever cause and effect is taken as reality, the world is created. In the deep sleep, the culprit creating the cause and effect is enfolded, the mind. And therefore, there is no cause, there is no effect. And when there is no cause, no effect, there is no creation. See friends, therefore, our notion that God has created this world is wrong. The God has not created this world. We create this world the moment we are identified with the body, and then we are born as somebody. See? And as our age advances, the load of this somebody becomes unbearable. And therefore in the old age, we start bending. क्या हो गया बाबूजी? बहुत बोझा है. And that boja is nothing but that of I. When you are carrying heavy load on your head, are you happy or you are miserable? We are miserable. In old age, we are more miserable. In childhood, we are happy. Because in the childhood, there is no load of ego on our head. In the old age, there is nothing but the load of ego on our head. Therefore, children can adopt very quickly. Oldies cannot adopt. Because the personality has become very strong. I. And then this I appears to be the real one. This notion has to be corrected only by the right understanding. Therefore, our notion about us that I am somebody has its root in body identification. And body identification has no cause. See, friends, what will you do to remove your reflection from the mirror? You can do nothing. Only thing you have to understand, not doing, you have to understand that you are not the reflection. That's it. In the same manner, body identification will happen by default as reflection happens in the mirror, but we don't take the reflection to be real. In the same manner, let body identification happen, but we should not take I am the body notion, but we are someone functioning through the body and no more living as the body. See? And when we start living as the body, what is the life we all have experienced? Now start playing this another game. What it will be like living through the body? When we start living through the body, all that happens to the body doesn't happen to me. See, today if I say a statement, then the question comes, what is the meaning of this I? See? The I means I am old, so I means body. When I say I am hungry, I means pranamaya kosh. When I say I am hurt, I am very miserable, I means mind. I am a self-made man, you know. Like amoeba. I didn't have even parents. Orphan. So I is an intellect. And I am the Baba, happy-go-lucky, Anandamay Kosh. Maharaj, who are you? See? Therefore, when we really look into this understanding of our own identity as to who am I, we come to know that we are all leading a notional life. Be very attentive. In the discovery of truth and assertion of the reality, majority vote does not count. Majority vote counts only in democracy. You know democracy? Democracy is the rule of majority. And majority is always the fools. And therefore in democracy the fools rule the wise. See, friends. But when it comes to the reality, the truth, it is not. Because everybody is experiencing the body identification, therefore it is real. No, it cannot be. See? Now take the right understanding very clearly. When we are looking through our glasses, are the glasses looking at you? Suppose I keep my glasses here and there. Students, the glasses are kept here. Don't do anything nonsense. And I go away. So will the student look at the glasses and keep quiet? They know there are no eyes behind the glasses. So the eyes are seeing, not the glasses are seeing. Similarly, behind the eyes there is a mind. If the mind is not there behind the glass eyes, their mind, the eyes functional is zero. See, similarly, if the mind is enfolded and no more identified with the body, we do not exist as body, but we continue to exist as whatever we are, but no more as a body. Means our existence does not depend on body identification. See, in the second chapter of Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhiras tatra na muhyati. How many bodies we have changed right from childhood, but we never have the experience that we have changed. Look within. Nobody has this experience that I am growing. It cannot be. This unchanging reality is the right understanding about ourselves. See? Therefore, the notions that we are carrying, because everybody is having the same notion, does not mean it is right. Evaluate your own experience. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamaya. Okay? So when the cataract comes, the vision goes. What happens to the mind? Nothing. And when we remove the cataract, vision comes. So has vision gone anywhere? No. But just some defect in the structural eye. So when the eyes are non-functional, nothing happens to the mind. When the mind is enfolded, nothing happens to the real whatever we are. I am not giving it a label or a name. See, friends, our Vedanta Shastra does not replace thoughts. J. Krishnamurti used to say that, oh, it is only the thought replacement. It is not thought replacement. Wrong notions are not replaced by different notions. No. Wrong notions are rejected by right understanding. Right understanding is not a right notion. Please understand this. It is not a notion. Aham Brahmasmi is not a notion. It is an experience. Aham Dehosmi is a notion. I am body is a notion. Not Aham Brahmasmi. That is our experience. See, friends. And therefore, if we have to correct our notions, where from we have to start? We have to start from ourselves. First, we have to correct our notion about ourselves. After we have corrected our notion about ourselves, then we come to know our notion about the world was dependent on what we have thought ourselves to be. When I consider myself to be body, thereafter an Indian, thereafter India is my country, Pakistan is not my country, and the world begins only from the notion about our identity. See, friends. Then comes the God, poor God. See, I tell you very simple technique. Try. When we are happy by getting something, happiness when it comes as a result of getting something, that happiness is coming to the notional I, the incomplete one. And when happiness is experienced by sharing something, by giving something to somebody, then understand God is discovered. When we are the slaves of our sense organs and mind, it is the miserable I. But when we are the master of our sense organs and mind, the divinity is expressing to us. When anger comes, we become angry, a miserable I. When anger comes, we digest the anger and don't get identified with the anger, and therefore do not become angry. God is discovered. See, we have to discover this God. Then only our spiritual practice becomes self-oriented. Now our spiritual practice is not self-oriented. It is selfish. Oh God, I want this. Kindly note down the list. See? And then we do a long namaskar and then a long list and get up and while going, I've forgotten. God, wo dekhna bhul gaya main. Ram, Ram, Ram. See, don't seek and search God in your desires, but discover the divine principle in self-control. See? Like when I go to many Western countries, in the Western countries, the whole world over, yoga means only twisting the body and making money out of it. Nothing else. Therefore, they will be selling the yoga cushions and the yoga mattress and the yoga, rosaries and rudraksha and this thing, so that money can be made. And they will be doing all kinds of asanas. And when they sit for the lecture, they cannot sit in one posture for even 10 minutes. And when they are sitting, sometimes they sit and then the legs will start spreading and the hands go down, and then some of them they lie down and then listen, and some of them they come on the stomach and then bhujangasana, and then they are eating and chewing gum and listening to the meditation. Because for them yoga means only supporting the body identification, not getting out of it. See, friends, therefore the basic thing we all have to understand, our notions are two basically. Number one, that I am body and the subsequent next generation of the different relationship. And second notion we have that I am a soul. Like for every shoe, there is an independent soul. In the same manner, for